These are my reflections. Yeah. Hi, Michelle here with today's golden thought, and today's golden thought is, but it's not my job. And the reason this golden thought came to me was because I was taking a walk, and along my walk, I saw a pretty long nail in the middle of the street. And so usually when I see a nail or something in the street that could potentially puncture someone's tire, I pick it up and get rid of it so that it's not in the street. And I do this because I know what it's like to have a nail in my tire, and basically it's just my way of paying it forward and looking out for that next person that it could potentially happen to. And so the reason that it's not my job came as the title of this particular golden thought is because I sometimes hear the phrase it's not my job. And sometimes it refers into I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm not getting paid to pick up the nail and remove it from the street. Or it's I have so many other things on my list to do that, picking up a nail is not part of my job description in this moment. And I'm not saying that everything and every moment has to be part of someone's job description. What I'm saying is that when I do things like that, it's because I feel like I'm paying it forward. And I'm a big believer in being the change that we want to see, or being the change that I want to see. And so when that happens, it's when I see something, and if there's a way for me to take action and I'm able to do it, then I will. I know sometimes it's oh, I got to do that. Even when I'm walking the dogs, and sometimes I'm picking up the poop, but there's other poop really literally next to where the dog I am walking pooped. And it's literally not my job to pick up other people's poop in front of maybe someone else's front yard that obviously is not the home that I live in. But because it's literally next to the poop and I'm already doing it, it's okay, might as well, I can do that too. It doesn't hurt me to, help someone else. It doesn't hurt me to be of service without getting any praise for it, or me being acknowledged right there from, say, the person who lives there, or because it's not my job, meaning that I'm not getting paid for it either. So it's just one of those things just to think about. And think what are some ways or things that I've become aware of, or things that happen, in my view that, I also give back in that way, even though it's not my job. For instance, returning shopping carts back to their little stations in the parking lot. I get it, it's not my job. Or even sometimes if I'm in a retail store and I see clothes on the floor and I'm passing by it, I will literally just pick it up and put it on the rack. So maybe I might put a hanger in, depending on what am I doing. But it's almost man, I see that, and it's just easier just to pick it up and do it. And I'm not saying I'm going around the store doing it, but it's just my way of paying it forward, because in some instance, whether I'm not an owner of a retail store and I don't work at a retail store currently, but it's just how would someone pay it forward in another way, some way I'm not even aware of right now. And I think that is also important. It's we sometimes think well, how does it affect me, or what can I gain from it in this moment? And it's really the energy that I'm putting out there that creates what comes back. So that's just another way to look at it, that how am I paying it forward, being the change that I want to see, because all of it is energy and it just flows right back into me. So just want to change perspective. And also what are some things that that you currently do that you notice? I'd like to hear about it. You can share it in the comments on things that you do to pay it forward, even though it's not part of your job. Treasure yourself and shine.